Happy Thursday! We are back with another episode of Bag Talk with JiJi. New week, new guest. I'm trying to play around with like some taglines I can say, but it's not working out. If you're not, please make sure you're following the page at bagtalkw.jiji, and make sure you are following us, not following. You're subscribed to us on YouTube. Like, comment, engage with the content. All the episodes are up there except for last week's episode. I've been super busy this week, so I haven't had a chance to download it and re-upload it into YouTube. But I will try to get to it this weekend. I'm not going to make any promises. And this weekend, I wanted to say, for those who don't know, any creators, creatives, anyone who's interested in the music industry, this weekend, October 14th, is SelectCon, which is powered by United Masters. And if you don't know what United Masters is, Google it. But it's going to be a full day of conferences. They have a lot of programming, performances. Some people who are going to be there, I know Earn Leisure is going to be there. TT Torres from Hot 97 is going to be there. Steve Stout, who is the CEO and founder of United Masters in Translation. And also, DeVito is actually I think he's performing as well. And I think there's going to be an after party. But this is going to be my first SelectCon. I've never been to it before. I'm super excited about it, and I can't wait to see what happens on Saturday. I think it starts at 2:30. I got a VIP ticket, but the tickets I think are like $60 or something like that. I don't know, but I think if you're creative or you're interested in music industry, you should go. Great place to network. If you're an artist, definitely you should be there and see who's in the room. But yeah, I think our guest is here. But what's going on? The legend of Nick Chase. Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, you know the vibes. Come on, man.
Thank you for coming on my show. For those who don't know who you are, they should know who you are. Introduce yourself to the folks.
My name is Chase Sims Lumen very own. They call me the architect and the Prince of NYC. You know the vibes. Come on. Hello.
Prince of NYC.
Hello.
And you officially just became a Black Bottle Boy.
Yes. I am officially a Black Bottle Boy now with the Something brands, which of course includes Bel Air, Vion, McQueen, Bumble, and I'm missing
in the bag.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing one. Deacon. Oh yeah, the Deacon.
Oh my God, you sound like Trace. Jesus, hey. I'm gonna have to see this all over again.
Right now we outside.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all be marketing down for them, so.
Gotta be self-made, man.
I love that.
It's a lifestyle. You know the vibe. Hello.
So, like, an official title for you would be like an event curator, a marketer, and manager. A little bit.
That's like part of my titles. You know, a lot more people have told me I'm going more the mogul route. So, yeah, we'll see how that ends off at the end. You know what I mean? But I do a lot of things. I'm a man with many talents.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the event space, throwing events. How did you get started in that space?
Event space or throwing events?
Throwing events. You know what I mean?
Nah, it's two different things. Cause
I cleaned it up. Throwing events. When I mean event space, like in the space of events, like.
Got you. Because I'm in my event space right now. That's why I was saying it. Yeah. How I got into throwing events more so came from college. I would say like I went to Monroe at first. We had a couple of parties on campus, and I was part of a fundraising club. Then I started throwing events at Katra because they reached out to me like right before I turned 21. And then
how old are you? How old are you?
I'm still young. I'm 30 strong now, so.
Okay, are we the same age now? Okay, cool. Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's about 10 years now of throwing events professionally. I would say, but more so professionally, like the last 3 years, more so like on a higher standard. But definitely been throwing events for like almost 10 years now.
How did it get to such? Because I see your face on flyers every time I see something. How did you get to a point where now you're becoming popular? Like, what was the work you put into that?
What's crazy is I've been popular. I've been popular my whole life. So that's the crazy thing about it. I just think now the public or the audience is now tapping in. Like now they're seeing what I've done. Because there's a lot of people that know my worth or like what I've been doing this whole time. But then, you know, it's just a lot of people not paying attention. It's being overlooked. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody said he don't do nothing but smoke hookah.
Yeah, he right. He right. What's good, Rich? You know
I
what
mean,
I'm
I
saying?
feel like okay. So let's discuss maybe kind of the steps into curating an event when you, I guess, find a venue, you find, I guess, a weekly spot. Like, how did you get involved in that process?
Me now or back in the days, or like
Both.
back in the days, you would search. Like you gotta look for spaces, and or you gotta really have like action, and venues will reach out to you like, hey, we want you guys to try to promote here, because that's one thing that businesses and venues always look for is a promoter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like easier for them to make money, because like a promoter's job is to bring all the people and make that spot like what it is. You know what I mean? But me now, nah. It's
They
I
come
get
to you.
like, yeah, they definitely come to me like a lot more now, and I'm very yes, no, what's in it for me, why, you know what I'm saying? Like, does it align with my brand? Does it align with what we do? You know, is Bel Air gonna be a part of it? Black Bottle Boys, you know, the whole shebang, because you got to make sure that these venues fit you, not just you doing the work just to promote a venue. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I already left venues and certain contracts and stuff just to expand the business, expand the movement, because it's more like being mobile, like a mobile brand versus, you know, depending on a venue. Like that venue you at is the only venue you're at, and that's the only reason why you lit. So they got mad control over you, and then once they remove you out, and put some new promoters in or DJs or whatever, they think they could continue. You know what I'm saying? Like it's over at that point. Like, so you got to make sure your brand is right at all times.
So what's the difference between your brand and other people who are, I guess, doing what you do? Like, how do I know this is, besides your face being on the flyer, what are the key elements that I know that this is definitely a Chase Sims event?
How you could tell it's a Chase Sims event is when you hear the DJs dropping Sims movement. That's number one. That's
Mm-hmm.
definitely a key element. Another part of that would be when you see both logos, Chase Sims and Sims Movement, because I make sure both is cross-branded. Hospitality. Hospitality is key. The people that come to my events, I would say about 7 or 6 out of 10, they do know who I am, or they know the people that I'm around, or they've experienced the party scene with us where it's like good vibes. So a lot of people have told me, like, whenever they come to New York or when their friends come to New York, they always recommend my events and my parties, and they remember like their experiences, you know, or being around when I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? And now I would say you could tell it's my event by how we branding ourselves now, because you know, if you compare me to like all the other promoters, like we can literally show a difference between all of us. You know what I'm saying?
Is it
And
like numbers or?
it's everything. It's everything. So like numbers is not really that important, because numbers can always go up and
Right.
down. You know, some people don't throw as many events as me. You know what I mean? Some people throw one event a year. You know, 3 events a month. You know, whatever. I throw weeklies, dailies, last minute events, pop up events, industry events. You know what I mean? Like creating events at my event space as well. Running marketing behind certain Instagram pages, and you know, establishing that. You know, like you said, the management. Like, so I do have a lot more hats, and a lot more control over the market
Mm-hmm.
versus like other promoters. That's how you could tell it's me versus the others.
Was there a point where you were like doing this part time and you weren't like really taking it seriously?
Yeah, that was up until the pandemic. So up until the pandemic, I was a store manager. I've been a store manager majority of my career, but I was still throwing parties. And then the pandemic happened. I was selling a T-shirt, and I was just like, you know what? This T-shirt costs like 100, 150. The job is not selling it. I'm selling it, you know, from my personality, how I speak, how I carry myself. And I was like, I could just do it for myself. And then that's when I came up with my podcast and my clothing line at the time, 3 Shots, No Chasers. And at that time, I wanted to start focusing more on my events, like actually being there.
Mm-hmm.
Because back in the days, I used to throw parties or promote parties and not even be there myself, like physically. I would never be at my events because I was either at work or I was doing something else, you know. And for me, it was more about just getting people into the room. But then, like I said, over time, I realized the hospitality and physically being there and the right over left and people connecting with you is way more important than, just promoting a venue. And people will be complaining to promoters like, oh, the boat never left. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like an example. And it's like they want to blame the promoter. Like, as a promoter, what did you do? Like, how did you resolve that? You know what I mean? Like, did you just brush that customer off? Did you, be a people's person? You got to be a people's person at all times.
What are some a strategy you employ to make sure that your events are successful? To avoid like any hiccups, to make sure, just not the blame is just not on you.
Said to make sure
it's like the blame is always going to be on you no matter what.
Yeah, the blame is always going to be on me or the promoter. But that's the point at this point. Like, I feel like I passed the stage of allowing the blame to be passed and, working with Trace and everything. Like, he used to be like, oh my God, like your bottle service or this or that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we promote here while we allowing the venue to not bring the ice, the napkins, the straws. It's about the hospitality, it's about the look. So we gotta hold the venue to a higher standard. You know what I mean? Like, if we sign on to throw events, like, this is the expectations. If that's not being met, then we gotta have meetings. We gotta keep talking until they figure it out. You know what I mean? And if not, then you just gotta separate and part ways. And that's just what that is. And just get a new venue because, they follow the movement. They don't follow venues. You know what I'm saying? Venues open and close every day. So,
are you vetting the venues when you reach out to them, when they reach out to you, and it's like a trial and error type of thing?
I really haven't had much trial and errors. It's either I'm doing an event or I'm not doing an event.
Maybe like if you get a venue for an event and like Trace is saying, like the bottle girls is lazy, no one's doing nothing. Are these things you're vetting before you have an event, or these are things you're kind of figuring out as the event is going?
So, in the past, these are things you find out when the event's going on because a lot of venues don't want to allow you that control.
Okay.
Which is like staffing it or, any type of thing. But now for me, like, I make it clear, like, hey, I need this, that, and the third, or these are my expectations, or, what about this? What about that? Like, if it is going to be your people, like, how do we work this out? And just consult those things up front. So, like, after, like, a whole bunch of years of doing events and stuff, I gained the knowledge to kind of know how I want things. So I could just walk into a spot, change the whole layout, and make it effective for, like, a party scene. Like, for example, like the Dean. And I think you was there this Saturday, right? And I was in Miami. You know what I'm saying? We had Jolliffe Chill in Miami. And I was working that event that you was at on Saturday, Culture Saturdays, virtually. So I was working that event virtually. So everybody was communicating to me like via text, or like they'll pick up the phone and call me and stuff like that. But I already prepared and set up the whole layout. I sent the whole blueprint of what the floor plan should look like. I scheduled meetings and calls with the bottle girls, with the door staff, everybody that's running the event, even DJ Trace, of course. And I just scheduled the timeline of the DJs, like everything. I created everything. So yeah.
What are some standout moments or challenges you've encountered while curating and managing events, and I guess lessons you learned from them?
All right, so those are two different questions.
So answer them both.
All right, so ask the second one next. Let's start with that first, because like those are broad. You know what I mean? Like.
So think of one. Like, I feel like this has to be one. There has to be one event that you just took a bunch of lessons from.
One event that I took a bunch of
like your shittiest event, like everything just went wrong.
For me, I'm hard on myself. So every event is like, oh my God, it needs to get better. And that's internal. Like, a lot of people don't see that. They don't know that. But I go through that all the time.
I get that.
But
in the same way.
Yeah, but my shittiest event, damn.
You like people are like, I'm not coming back here. Like, what did you invite me to?
Damn. There's those moments, but I just can't think of it right now. Like, I feel like, damn, like, I would say, like, regardless, I'm just gonna be broad on that. that would be like a situation that I didn't put my hands on.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I didn't put my hands on it, you probably gonna be like, what did you invite me to? This is the most, That's where that comes from. But for me as a promoter, especially during that time, like my job is to give you guys access to parties to go to. You know what I mean? But like I said, when people look at a name and look at a brand, they holding you accountable. So now a lot of the time I actually put my hands on these events and these venues, and I make sure I'm walking step by step and actually controlling the whole operation.
I feel like eventually, well, you are moving up to a mogul level. So eventually you probably won't have to put your hand on it as much if you're like training the next chase to take over. Like if you have many chases all over the city. So if you're training people, what are some things you're going to teach them to make sure they're successful where you don't have to be micromanaging them?
First things first is you're a brand. So you have to protect your brand at all costs and be an influencer, right? Humility is key. Hospitality is key. You know what I mean? And stop. Don't be too emotional. You know what I mean? Like it's business at the end of the day. Like a lot of people make these things personal. Like as a promoter, like there'll be a birthday freaking out. Like, oh my God, this, that, and the third, boom, boom, boom. Like, but how do you solve that? But like I come from retail, so I've seen more fire pits that I had to get out of. So at this point, like it's no way not to fix the situation. And that's pretty much like what I would say, but be mindful of you and your movement and like how you carry yourself, because a lot of people, they'll join a movement or a wave, and I've seen this myself, and you can tell who's Sims movement based on how we carry ourselves, because it's not like being all the way up here or anything like that. It's just we're hospitable, you know what I mean? We're about our business. We speak correctly, you know what I mean? We take the time to support each other, but if you're like focused on the drama side and, you're trying to false promo and force it in and pause, you know what I mean? And all that type of stuff, you could tell that person ain't with the movement no more. Cause like there's a lot of people that used to be with Sims movement and like now they're not with Sims movement. So like you can tell because it's like, they're not making as much noise anymore, or, what are they doing?
Right. You mentioned you went to college. What did you go to school for?
I originally went for my associates in business administration.
Okay.
And then I went for my bachelor's in marketing, and I minored in graphic design.
Okay, it makes sense then. Because I'm trying to see what in your background, like you're pulling these elements from, because I don't hear a lot of promoters and people in this space talk this way. They don't treat it like a brand, as a business. It's just like a numbers game and just wanting to make money.
Well, you got to be a student, right? Like, I went through all levels of promotion. Like the biggest event, like I've thrown New York Greek Fest. You know what I mean? I've thrown events in different states already. Sheesh. Of course, the backyard parties, the fets, the pool party. Like I've thrown every type of event except like put on a full concert or put on like a like a full showcase. And those are things that I was going to get into, but then, it just became like, is it time yet? Does it make sense? And then like keeping a strategy to stay relevant, because it keeps changing. If you think about it, right, the venues get better over time. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll get better couches, better lighting. The promoters could suck. It's 10 of them. It's 10 promoters on that event. You know what I mean? It's 10 of them. I literally tapped in when it was like 10 of us to it being 3 of us to it being 1 of me to being me and my team now. So it's an internal thing. You know what I mean? So it's like you just got to pay attention to the board. Like just because it's parties and it's promotions, like you don't want to grow. You know what I mean? You don't want to set your own pace, like where you want to be, like promote yourself. You know what I mean? Like, so I just became a walking brand and an influencer. And from there, you just talk, you have conversations, and you just keep growing, keep working. I love
that. You have such a good business approach to everything. I really do admire that.
Thank you.
So you throw various events. How are you approaching each event? Because I'm pretty sure you don't have the same strategy for a fed, for a residency at a club, for a brunch, a paint and sip.
There's certain elements that so let's start off with this. You already know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? Chase Sims, the architect. Come on, hello. But It starts off with what am I trying to accomplish? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people throw events to just make money. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's right over left. I throw events bringing people together. So most of my events is more about like, yo, come hang out, come drink, come chill. You know what I mean? It's not forceful. I don't really be caring about charging you $100 at the door, et cetera, et cetera. As long as the bills are paid, the expenses are paid, and everybody had a good time, I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not, like, it's more things to do than that, because at the end of the day, the more events you throw, you got to put more money out. You know what I mean? And like, unless you guys have like investors or something like that, but your money keeps going in and out and in and out. You know what I mean? So you really got to be strategic about it. And that's that.
So talking about the funding, starting out, how does one get funding to throw these events? Like, is it more so I'm gonna just use my own, or take out a loan from the bank?
I definitely wouldn't suggest taking a loan from the bank, just because like it's a risk. And a lot of people, they'll put up a whole bunch of money and then just throw an event and
Not make it back
at all, right? Because, you know, celebrities, they want $10,000, $15,000, $100K. Like, just, you know, if you don't got those elements behind it, like as far as like database, right? Database is very important. Who you know is very important. Who you are in that industry is very important. Like, what badges you carry, you know what I mean? Like, do people like you? Do people want to be around you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more to a party overall versus just people just walking into the door.
right.
So I would say, yeah, I would say that it really depends. Like, you just gotta write everything out and like analyze it from top to bottom. No gray areas. Don't just leave it without thinking it through. Like, okay, how many tickets I need to sell in order to, you know, get back my minimum plus some, you know, and then am I going to invest in marketing, or am I going to pay somebody else to do marketing, right? Like, I do my marketing, so I don't really pay other people to do my marketing, but there's other marketing tools, right? So like DJs is a marketing tool, artists is a marketing tool, promoters is marketing tools, your staff is marketing tools. You know, social media, you know, and then like I said, keeping your database, of course, ads, because now like we in the AI world, you know, so you could just run ads and people will see it, but is it converting? Are people coming out for you? Or, you know, is you can spend thousands of dollars on ads, you know what I mean? But when we come to your party, it'd be like weird people, you know what I mean? Only reason why I say weird, because it's just out there, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
no, it's no real identity to that event.
What's more important to you when you're trying to get the elements for a party? Because I've been like, I hate going to parties when I know that celebrity's going to be there. Because in my experience, if I constantly go to the same place, I've noticed a shift in service or a shift in prices when a celebrity is there, and I hate that. And I don't want to be there because it's going to be a certain different crowd is going to come out that's not the regulars. The vibe is going to be off, and it just makes me want to stay home because it gets too much out of my budget.
Right, right. So say it one more time, the specific question.
Which marketing element for you is the most important for a party? Like, is it important for you to have the artist, to have a celebrity there, or that's just like if you want one there?
Those are add-ons. The most important part to me is being to the ground. You know what I mean? Like, the who you know and who's around you, like, that's more important than any and everything else, because it's like you can pay an artist and you can put all your money into that artist and they probably bring only 5 people. You're gonna be tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you book DJs and you think that DJ gonna bring out 30 people. You're gonna be tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put money into ads, same thing. You know what I mean? Like, so with that, that's telling you right there, like, you gotta bring the party. You know what I mean? And it's like, people gotta wanna be around you and like how your events are and like how your hospitality is, so you can like last long in this. Like, I've thrown events at Katra and Taj for years. You know what I'm saying? Very consistent party that lasted years. Whether it was a brunch or a nighttime party, it didn't even matter what day of the week. You know what I mean? Like, that's more important. So from there, we graduated to focusing on the brand. So now the brand, wherever the brand is at, that's where you go because you know you're going to get that same type of hospitality and service.
I haven't been to a party that you was at. I've been to 2 of your events, the one last Saturday. And then I went to the brunch at Taj for my friend who was in town for her birthday.
I remember
and
that.
I was worried because I'm like, it's raining, no one's gonna be there. It wasn't a lot of people there, but it wasn't empty either. Like it was actually really lit. And I was shocked. I was like, in the rain? Like, what is this?
Right. So with that, that's a different scenario because when you went, that was more like during summertime, right? And it's indoor, so we already know like at a certain part it's going to start to switch, you know. And for our brunches at Taj, we rotate the seating every 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So it's always new people coming in, old people coming out. Some people staying or going to the next venue, you know. And it's just like that. And then like that's
the whole time.
Yeah.
We finessed it.
Right.
I was like, it's raining. I don't think nobody else coming. Just let them know when they come. Really.
Right.
So let's talk about House of Gold because I keep forgetting that's your venue because I am a Gold Room fan. Like when I tell you I promoted Gold Room, like I worked there, like that was my spot for a very long time. And I know they're affiliated, but were you on a Gold Room as well?
No.
Okay.
My line brothers was like some of my frat brothers and stuff, and that was pretty much just that.
Did y'all like just get affiliated? You was like, oh, let's have an event space, and you promoted for Gold Room because when the House of Gold opened, the bartenders kept like telling me about it, like, oh, you gotta go to House of Gold and throw something there. I'm like, the what?
Yeah, in the beginning, I was always going to get an event space. Like that was already part of the talks. I was supposed to be, you know, a partner or owner for Gold Room originally, but I didn't like how the deal was like set up. No disrespect or anything, but you know, I just felt like at that time I knew more about nightlife and entertainment. Like I already knew certain things, and it was just like I didn't want to just be locked into certain percents and, you know, my name be a part of something that, you know, it's not really me controlling it. Like I didn't really like that. You know what I mean? Like I want my hands to be in it. So from there, one of my line brothers, he was the owner of Gold Room, and he approached me and a couple of other partners, and we came up with the House of Gold BK. We got it last year, March, and was working on it, and then we opened up like Juneteenth. That was like the actual soft opening, and now we're like a year and some change at this point, you know.
So what are the steps into opening an event space?
You definitely gotta have some money, you know, because you gotta get the space. You gotta make sure you map out how much it's gonna cost, whether, you know, for utilities like light, you know, gas. The rent. If you gotta remove garbage, because you gotta get a pickup company. Somebody that's going to be cleaning the space, you know what I mean, like a cleaning company, you know, is a lot. Oh, even the decor, of course, and then focusing on like your services, you know, and of course creating the LLCs and the whole back end of the business and stuff like that. Like it takes a lot to come into any business, but especially event space.
What's the misconception people have when it comes to owning an event space? I feel like I've seen people open an event space and a month later it's shut down. Like they didn't even do anything yet.
Yeah, it be like that because like we've went through a lot of those ups and downs too, and I would say it's usually internal. It's like your partners. You know what I'm saying? Like your partners is very important. You know, whether they stay or go, or if it all falls on you, to each his own. You know what I mean? It always ends up becoming somebody becomes the owner. And like I've seen that my whole life. Like whenever I've thrown events, coming into it for as long as I've done it, like somebody ends up becoming the owner. And the reason why, because like people walk into it like, oh, I'm just going to open this up. It's going to make money. It's going to do this. The business doesn't make money on its own. You know what I'm saying? Unless you create it to be autopilot. You know what I mean? Like even for us right now, it's not an autopilot. And the reason why, because like people can have any type of events, but like say for example, a baby shower, right? That baby shower is a full-blown party, okay? That's not no baby shower. That's not no baby shower. So you got to be mindful for that, because for one, they trying to give free liquor out. You know what I mean? Like, they don't want to listen when they got to leave at the end of the night, you know, and you got to clean up. Now you're trying to get everybody out. So you got to have security. Like, you got to be mindful of people that are coming in your space, trying to have all types of events. So you got to ask as much questions as possible, or have it templated out properly. Because I think they was showing some posts. I think it was an event space in like Atlanta. I think during the summer, it was a baby shower. And like the video was like, man, Moet bottles everywhere, you know, food everywhere. Like, and he just walking around like things are broken. Like, you would just think people are coming in here to protect your space, and they're not. And I say that to say something like this, like, for example, like why would you, you know what I mean? Like, why would you want to mess this up? Like, come on, like, what are we really talking about?
Right now?
Yeah, I'm in the space. Yeah. And this is upstairs. That's not even downstairs. You know,
I was invited to the opening. I didn't go.
I mean, at this point, you should have just been right here with me. We could have been interviewing right here.
Listen, my Thursdays are crazy. So Instagram Live is where I'll be at.
Right. Now I feel that.
I can close my phone and go right on my laptop and go right back to work.
Right, now I agree. Trust me, I agree. Like, I've been in meetings all day. Like, I even put up some new decals on the window. Like, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just make sure I'm here to, you know, get a lot done while I'm waiting for, you know, the link up.
But we see Mr. Bossman doing all great things. I ain't gonna lie, I really thought you were just throwing the events, but then when I started seeing like the business machine behind it, like how you were branding yourself, I'm like, oh, this is serious. And that's just from me hosting parties before, like seeing how other promoters move in their events, and now I'm kind of picky to type of events I go to. So Saturday was probably out of my norm because I typically don't be outside. I'm trying to stick to industry events. But I will say I'll probably only just go out for stuff that has like your name on it or Trace's name on it, because I know what I'm getting myself into.
Right.
People kind of scare me. And I think that's kind of falls into what you were saying about branding, because you want that reputation for people when they go out.
No, it's very true. Like, you know, like, oh, Chase gonna be there? Oh yeah, we in there. You know what I mean? Like, that don't mean people, I'm gonna tell the people this, that don't mean when you at the door, you call me like, yo, Chase, I'm outside. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why not? I'm gonna do that.
Cause it's like, it depends on the relationships. You know what I mean? People make that very challenging at that point, because if everybody randomly shows up to the door and it's like, yo, Chase, I'm outside. Like, mind you, I got friends from second grade, first grade. Like, I still have majority of my friends in my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still have majority of them. So it's not like I just only know these new people I met. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still to the ground, like still being to the ground, and I'm in the air at the same time, which is like social media. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, you just never know who's, you know, everybody can call you at the door. It's like, oh, bro, like, why you didn't just tell me in advance you was coming? You know, or just support the door, and then we talk when you come inside.
I was about to say that. Why can't they just support your event and just come?
Right. Because
pay and get in.
Right, it's simple. Or put up for these bottles. Like, you know, everybody want to be around the life, but they don't want to put in to live the life. You know what I'm saying? And that's very important. Like, you really gotta think of this stuff, because on this Black Bottle Boy tip, we not playing no more.
Oh, I know.
Yo,
who's at who's at brunch for Trace? He called my bluff like, how much you put on the bottle? I'm like, how much you need? He's at 100.
Right.
All right.
All right, there you go.
I was like, don't ever question me ever again. If you turn it up, you turn it up. But don't expect to see me next week doing the same thing either.
Right. Nah, because, like, truth to be told, like, for us, like, we don't have no problem with it, but it's like a lot of people will literally come around and just pick up your cup and just start pouring.
And don't contribute nothing.
Like, and it's kind of crazy. Or just come over and just smoke your hookah, or be like, hey, can I smoke your hookah? Like, you know what I mean? Or anything, just taking it. And it's like one thing Trace used to say, and it got a lot of people tight, you know what I'm saying? It was like, have you ever bought Chase a drink? You know, have you ever bought Chase a hookah? Like, you know what I mean? And then people started paying attention and started doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. Like, at that time, I didn't really know what I was becoming. Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't really know like that. But now I'm like, oh, like, nah, I know who I am. Like, I know where I'm at.
Wait, explain that. What do you mean you didn't know what you were becoming?
Like, I didn't know the stuff of like the branding and, you know, the influencer, like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know it like how it is now. Like now I'm an influencer, like 100%. Like I'm very big on self-awareness, you know what I'm saying? Very big on motivating others and pushing people. Like I'll take all the punches and everything that you throw at me, but I'm still standing here like until it's over, and you know, we're gonna see it through. Like, you know what I mean? Like yeah, it is what it is. But that's what I mean by that. Like over time, like I got better at it. I started understanding it. Now all of these brands around me, whether it's, you know, Sims Movement, whether it's my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, New York Alumni Chapter, Vibes, yo, you know what I'm saying? House of Gold BK, Black Bottle Boys, which is, of course, you know, the newest. And
is that like a thing for Kappas? Every Kappa I know is either throwing events or like they have a hookah company.
That is crazy. I don't know what that's about.
I kid you not.
But we do have educators and everything else. You know, achievement in every field achievement in every field of human endeavors. Okay, that's where we're at with it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like that's why them shoulders always going. Y'all party too much.
Nah, see, the shoulders. If you want to get onto the shoulders, that's not our fault that everybody like how wet it is. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I can't stop that. I don't know. Like we got wet shoulders. I don't know.
I do, but back to what you were saying about like I guess the people going to the club and I guess code of conduct. I really think that just needs to be a rule of thumb when it comes to like coming in people's sections, especially if I'm coming to your event, you don't know I'm coming. My expectation, first of all, I'm not buying bottles because that's always going to be out of my budget. That's not my thing. But my expectation is not to just invite myself to your section and smoke your hookah and drink. If I'm going to come in your section, I'm going to ask you, can I contribute? Or I'll just be out the bar drinking. I'll come say hi and I'll go do my own thing. I just don't know where this entitlement came from, where people just feel entitled to people's stuff.
All right, so I'm going to say it came from everybody thinking we're friends. And that's what I would say it came from. And not just that, also,
or the nature of your friendship. Like, we cool, but we ain't that cool. Like,
nah, not even that. I'm talking about like example, like, because like I said, I've thrown parties in like Taj and Katra a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And like by me throwing parties there, you'll start seeing the same faces. You know what I'm saying? So they'll be at your table, they'll be at your section, and it's like at some point you do gotta separate. You know what I mean? Because it's like now my real people are here. You know, the people that should be in my section. Like I've had this experience a lot of times for my birthday party. And my birthday party is called Legends of December, the Big Bang. You know the vibes. But anyways, we come right back to that.
Capricorn, Sagittarius?
Capricorn. Yeah, December 29th. We right back with that. You know, my birthday is loading. Everybody get ready. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of celebrations about to come out.
This is very on brand for you to be a Capricorn. This is actually very on brand for you.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like you just gotta be mindful. And set your boundaries. That's how you do it. You gotta set your boundaries. You know, it's like, all right, well, I come from partying in the crowd. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care about bottle service and VIP.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Sections killed party culture.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It killed the party culture, but also to me personally, and I know this is like a wowzer. Like, I feel like some of the OGs or the older people did not pass that knowledge down of how this industry party or this regular party should look, right? You got your party people, and then you got your people that's in VIP. There's a difference between the two. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, at this point, it's either people are just in VIP, but they're not really dancing and enjoying themselves. And then, you know, how we see on social media where it's just ass shaking everywhere. And I'm okay with the ass shaking. Like, I mean, I don't got no problem with it.
Really rocking. You crazy?
Right, you know what I'm saying? Like two-step, you know what I'm saying? But it just has to be a balance. Like even at my parties, like you'll probably still be Harlem shaking, no cap. You know what I mean? Like me being a 90s baby and everything, like I'm still gonna throw parties the way I like to party. Why? Because like I am from Brooklyn, so I do like the whole Caribbean vibes. You know what I'm saying? Now I got Jolliffe and Chill, the Afro beats vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's cultural. Now we got culture Saturdays at the Dean each and every Saturday. You know the vibes. Come on, hello.
Okay, Brandon. But I would say, like, I do miss that aspect of dancing in the club. Like that's why it's not fun for me anymore. Like when I go, it's just so superficial. If I'm invited to someone's section, I'm like the only one dancing, and I look crazy, and I be like, okay, I gotta go. This is not what I came here for.
But you know what's crazy about that? Like, I say it depends on what people party for. Like, why are you partying? And I say that because there's people that will come to a party, sit in a section for a few minutes, and then leave to the next spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really like that. It's like, oh, why'd you come here in the first place? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so that you could get a section.
like, you know what I mean? Like, why are you, like, I didn't need you here. You know what I'm saying? You know, you took up space for like 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I just say that because it's like, if you're not really trying to party with us, and if you ain't really moving with us or supporting us, then to each his own. It's okay. You know what I mean? But if you come to our parties, like, let's party. Like, let's hang out. Like, this is where we at. You know what I mean? We don't go where they at. They come to where we at. And that's just how it is. Yeah.
For someone working, navigating in the industry, how will someone know that, you know what, this is for me, I should take a back seat, or I should rebrand or re-strategize, or just quit altogether?
I think find out where your weaknesses are and what you need work on, or, you know, see who you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna break this down. Right? Like, at the time I was on DTF radio for 3 Shots No Chasers, and like I saw Trace, and you know, he had his show, The Fix Show, which I'm also a part of now. And I was just like, yo, bro, like I called him and we were just talking, chopping it up, and we never met before. I ain't know nothing of him. I ain't know nothing of the hip hop community, like how it is. Like I didn't know how it is. Like now I know. Like now I'm in it, so I already know. You know what I'm saying? But before I didn't know none of that. But by just that simple call, and then randomly be going to Las Vegas for his birthday, and like, you know what I mean? So with that part right there, it started giving me more and more knowledge, more and more information, like, because now I was on his side of the spectrum, which was the industry side, which is like the hip hop, you know, imagine 50 years of hip hop, but somebody being 40 or 45 and like being in it, like strongly in it, you know what I'm saying? Like it gives you another like eye opener, you know what I'm saying? Because like the brands, like there's probably promoters that are brand ambassadors and stuff like that, but they not like me. And I say that because it's like I really throw events. And I'm gonna say it again, I really throw events, you know what I mean? Like, cause it's like everybody had that perception of promoters, you know what I'm saying? Like I just saw somebody in Miami and he had a shirt said promoter, and then below it said yacht clubs, like nightlife, you know, brunch day parties, et cetera, et cetera. Like, bro, you're a sub promoter, bro. Like, I get it, you know what I'm saying? But like,
those the ones who be on the street.
Yeah, like you messing up the whole, you messing it all up. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why promoters talk on. Well, I'm not gonna say promoters talk, but that's why me as a promoter, like I go to the event creator side, and you know, so much more. And like how you were saying earlier, like, you know, you thought I was just more in the parties and boom, boom, boom. And then now it's like people are starting to see, because I'm starting to show more. You know what I mean? Before it was looking like just parties, and people don't see the behind the scenes or me promoting services. Like I probably never promote my services. You really see me ever be like, yo, for a shout out, $50, $100, or for a flyer, boom, boom. But low key, like I do make flyers, and low key, you know, I am a content creator. Like, you know, I do manage people. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't be promoting those services. Like, hey, come to me for those services. And I will say to people, it would be good if you did promote those services, because everybody don't know what you offer. So now, as you can see, like this is not the first brand I was working with. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to learn from all the other brands that I was working with, which, you know, I'm still, you know, connected with, or we're still cool and whatever. But I had to learn certain things to understand, to now be able to step into a position to say, I am right now today a Black Bottle Boy, officially.
I feel like it's just so much. The energy in here is just like, I'm him, which is rightfully so. Like, you've earned this title, for real, for real.
I'm not him.
Now it is. Don't try to be humble now.
Yo, nah, it's not even about humility. it's just like we talking about facts. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's no feelings in it. It's no him
You just
and
know you're good at it and it's working for you, and it's like,
nah, not even that. It's what I've done. What am I
mm-hmm.
doing? Like, that's what we talking about. Like, we talking about what I've done and what I'm doing. That's all we're talking about. It's no feelings. It's no big head. It's no I'm him. Like, I'm not promoting myself as the GOAT or anything like that. I'm just telling you and the people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But
look, like.
people look at you as the GOAT because of the success of everything that you're doing.
Exactly. That's the talk we're supposed to talk about. There you go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because it's true. Like I said, you got to compare it to what the person have done and what they're doing and how long they've done it. So think about like the NBA, right? Like LeBron James is still not considered the GOAT, my Capricorn brother, right? And Denzel Washington's a Capricorn too. I'm not gonna go down the list. We ain't got to do this. But what I'm saying is, it's like, you could play basketball in the NBA for 10 years, you know what I'm saying, and be done. But if you could play in the NBA for 30 years and still be nice, still be in the finals, still be getting MVPs, still getting rings, you know what I mean? Now you opening up schools and, this and that, and how you helping the people, like, come on, like, that is kind of goatish, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you're doing way more than the others and you're still nice. All them other people retired before 15 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so what are we really comparing? Because for you to be averaging about 35 to 40 points for 20 years, like, all right, what are we talking about here?
Right. People, I mean, I'm not a basketball head, but I see on Facebook they be going back and forth about it.
Yeah, but even if you're not a basketball head, you get the stats. You know what I'm saying? It's like, this is a fact. This is what the person is doing. Like, there's no feelings, there's no emotions. Like, this is what's happening. Like even for myself, like, I'm a doer. You know what I mean? Like, so what I say I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna do, and that's why the people believe in me. That's why the people trust me, or whatever. Because like I really try my best. Like, you know what I mean? If I mess up, you could check me. That's cool. You know what I mean? I'm definitely gonna work on it, because I would never like try to inconvenience somebody else. That's not my game plan. I don't move like that. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't now, it will be later. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's that.
These are such Aries qualities. I'm surprised you're not an Aries, because that's just how we move. We're leaders.
Yeah, Aries is what? Air sign?
Fire.
Oh, maybe on the horizon. Maybe, I don't know.
Because everything you said, I said this in an interview when someone asked like, "Oh, how did you get to work at BT? How did you do this, that, and third?" I'm like, I just did it. I don't know. I tried everything until something clicked, and whatever worked for me and works for who I am. Because for me, similar to what you said, I try to do things that not just match my brand, but just match my values and my morals, and just how I will move on a regular. I don't want to put on a different persona to do certain things. I just want to wake up and just do shit.
Right. So the next thing of that is like, now where I agree with your original comment is like, some of the stuff I learned and I did become good at it, but then you find out that everybody else is not doing it. Like, that's where it becomes like, oh, you're the person for it. You're the only one that do this, and that's just what it is. Because now that skill, you mastered it. You know what I'm saying? So it is good to focus on one task or whatever. Like, for me, like, I'm pretty good at like multitasking. And like I said, I think that came from like more so retail, because it's like, I was a store manager, like not a store manager like of a small cubicle with 4 employees. I'm talking about like bigger scale store manager, overseeing other managers, other employees, training people, you know what I'm saying, promoting people, terminating people if you have to, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more, and then creating reports, like, it's more to it. So I put all of that into what I do.
You could tell, though. You can tell.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a little gassed now. I feel like I'm learning new things here.
They didn't believe in me until I got the braids. Nah, I'm sorry.
But
nah.
The braids? Let me see. You got hate time?
Come on, let me talk about like this. Is it?
You got hate time.
What we talking about?
I'm looking. It was looking like it stopped right there.
Yeah, I know.
You got more than me. Shit.
That's the glitch. That's the glitch in the system. Like, everybody think that, but nah.
Well, you got more than me. That's what I could say. I wasn't trying to come for you, because I was expecting to hear. Well, let me see how yours is.
Look, man, everybody is beautiful.
We know.
Yeah.
So how you stay up to date with marketing? Because I see that, especially with social media, a lot of things are changing. So how you stay up to date with trends so that to make sure your strategies are effective?
Um, like I said, it's about a team, and like I say, it's about a team because like now on my team, I got people that's 21, 22, 23.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I got people that's older than me too. Like so having a team is very important because we all can learn from each other. I just might know certain things stronger than them, and they might know certain things stronger than me. And that's where it come from. Cause social media is very challenging, but we was here when social media was created. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember in the pandemic when I really got on TikTok and like I was just getting views, like it was going crazy at the time. You know what I'm saying? But then I just stopped. You know what I'm saying? And then I got back in it, and then then I brought Daniel Lee Bellamy out, Zeke Cross from Power. And then I had him go viral, through at my event, Take a Shot Thursdays, and and then the video, and everybody just started talking about it. And then I realized I had an eye. I had an eye for visual. I had an eye for what they need and what they want and how it should look. Like I would record a whole video, and I would chop it to a specific part and push that out, and that was everything. So from there, like that was one of my biggest marketing strategies, was learning that part for myself. So now I know exactly how to control my media.
What's the difference between, I actually been trying to ask this question for a minute. What's the difference between a host and a promoter? Because I've been asked to host things, and my expectation is I'm going to be on a mic. That's what I want to do. And the expectation is for me to bring people out. I'm like, don't y'all have promoters for that?
All right, so a host is just like how the promoter title has been saturated. Because a host can be an MC on the mic. A host can be a server, right? A host can be somebody that hosts a table, like a VIP host. You know what I'm saying? And then a host in our today's terms, because I know everybody else be like, what is a host? They're not a special guest. Like, stop making everybody important. Yo, shout out to Trace. But anyways,
I'm about to say, he said that.
yeah, he said that. But he said but yeah, so like with the different type of hosts like that, it would be good if you can like at least host a table and bring people out and have people there for you. Like if you have me host, I would kind of be more considered a special guest at this point, but I would still in my head consider it hosting, right? So you hit me up and I'm a special guest or I'm a host, I'm definitely bringing people out. I'm bringing bottle service out. I might get bottles myself too. You know what I'm saying? Like we about to just do it because like we partying. Like why am I going? Why is my name there? Like you know what I mean? Like so that's what that is. But yeah, that's the difference. Like host, it can be broken up. Like there is an MC host, there's a VIP host, but they just call it host. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
instead of
I've had to decline certain things when people reach out to me because I'm trying to move out of the party space of hosting, and it's like I want to actually do like real events, like if it's not a brunch, industry events, panels, mixers for people who want to like move in a career of entertainment and music. And I charge for these services. Like if you want me to come be on a panel, I'm charging. If you want me to be a moderator, I'm charging. Like these are things I'm charging for. If you want me to come on your podcast and speak about my experiences and give advice to people, anything that requires my expertise, I'm charging for. So that's what I'm like. When someone actually asked me because they wanted to throw like an end of summer party. They was like, oh, I want to have you as a host. And I'm like, host of what? Like, what am I going to be doing? Oh, just come party. I'll take care of you. I'm like, am I being paid for this? Nah, you can drink for free. I don't want to do that. Like,
so my question would be like for you would be like, well, when wouldn't you charge? You know what I'm saying? Like,
when did I charge?
Yeah, when wouldn't you charge? Like, would it be basically like if it's certain relationships?
And also the type of event. Like if someone hits me up and they're throwing something that aligns with my brand and I really like what they're doing and they don't have a budget for me to come, I will still come and support it.
This is somebody though, right?
Yeah. If they don't have the budget for it. Like, it has to be someone I'm really cool with. And because most people who do hit me up would say, how much are you charging? If you're hitting me up, you're talking about all these great things that you never once asked, and I hit you with the, well, what's your budget for me coming? And they say they can't afford me. Depending on what the event is, and I know you, I'll be like, you know what? I'll come support it. You'll get a freebie out of me, but this is a one-time thing.
Yeah, so it depends, you know, on your whole business and how you got it structured. I'm gonna just say that because it's still so much more to that. I more so do that part when I manage people. You know what I'm saying? When I manage people, like that's where I give that side of it. Like, oh, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. You know, like to know when and where and how. Like I can't, you know. But I see you got somebody in here, Mr. Alexandre.
That question was for me. How do I decide my booking fee?
I guess both of us.
Oh, you go first.
Oh, all right. So for me, deciding your booking fee, it depends on the market and what it's for. I would separate each thing and put a price to what you feel it is. Like it can be what the rate is going around, or it can just be what you feel you deserve. And that's where it range at. I know that's more broad, but your booking fee should be fit to your whole overall. For example, if you book me, you know, to come out, you're expecting me to do what I do for my own events for your event. So you tell me how much that should cost. You know what I'm saying? Because I throw my own events, you know what I mean? Like by myself or with my team, or I'll be a partner with other people. But even with that, you can, you know, do like a fact check or like ask around. And like a lot of people will always tell you like, nah, Chase brings people out. You know what I mean? So whether it's bottle service or partying, you know, it's really what type of Chase Sims you want. So that's how you separate that whole situation with your booking fee. What about you?
For me, it depends. I'll give an example. Someone reached out to me about a showcase they had in Jersey, and I knew Drewski was going to be there because he reached out to Drewski, and he wanted me there to interview people, to judge, give advice to the artists there. And because I consider like a media event, even though when I got there, I was like, what the F is this? I charged over 500 for it. I'm not gonna put my number, but I charged above 500 for it. And then I also asked like transportation. Are you covering my transportation also for me to get there? Like my Uber, the guy sent a car for me, which is good. So I don't have to pay money to get there. So the money I make, I can keep. Right. But I put everything in my contract. That's something that's a service I do have that I don't promote, that I draft contracts for people. So that's another way I make money too. But
good.
It really depends on the event. If I'm moderating a panel, I based on how long I'm moderating a panel for. If it's like an all-day thing, then of course I'm gonna require a lot of money because I wanted to cover my transportation. If I need a new wardrobe, a little bit of that gotta cover for it. You know, like it just has to. My flat fee has to fit for that. If it's a panel and it's like a all-day thing, but I'm hosting one panel for like 30 minutes, then of course it's gonna be cheaper. But it really just depends on the nature of what services of mine you're requiring.
Right. So that's a part of it too, and also like what you need to survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your overhead for the month? You know, go through all of your numbers, start including that, and then factor it out, and then figure out where you need to be. You know what I mean? And I know you said at what point do you decide to increase it?
When the demand
I feel like when
go up. Well, for me, when the demand is going up.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, you could tell when the demand is going up. It shows itself.
It went up.
It shows itself. Like today's price is not yesterday's price. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say much. You know what I mean? But it's like I don't got to do too much anymore. I'm just gonna stay consistent with what I do, and just know when you reach out, you're reaching out for quality. You know what I mean? You know what you're getting in return because I'm showing you it already. So you should already have a price in mind when you come approach me and, you know, telling me so and so on. But, you know, me, I'm a cool person. I'm very flexible. You know, I am a person that support creators or people that are trying to do certain things. But don't short me, don't short yourself. And, you know, we could work, but just keep it in mind, like what you're asking for. So if you hit me up and you're like, yo, Chase, I want you to I want you to be a special guest or a host or whatever. If you're like, I'm gonna ask you questions. because I can understand if you're asking me to be sending email blast out or text blast out. You know, are you asking me to promote on my social media, like my page, my story? Do I got to create my own captions? Do I got to make my own flyers? You know what I mean? Because I like my marketing a certain way. You know, it's just so much tears into it, you know, and that's how you break down your fees.
I just know I would never hit you up saying I'm throwing a party because I'm probably not going to have the answers to none of those questions.
Nah, you're right. You're right. I'm like that now. Like I have to ask those questions because like I've been a part of so many events at this point. It's just it don't be making sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like you want me to come, like bro. If I come there, like like yo, it's like nah, I'm good. I don't even want to go. Like I rather. I don't be wanting to party. Like I don't party like that like I used to no more. Like, I really don't be partying like I used to at all. Like
I feel like it's not fun anymore.
Nah, it's still fun.
Unless you go with the right people. Let me say
it's definitely still fun, man. It's still fun. I just don't be partying like that because, like, now I have to focus on the back of the house. You know, just like how you said, like educating and teaching the next or who's coming in or whatever. Like it's still behind the scenes work that has to be done. And if I'm partying, right? Because that's where people get lost in the sauce. You get lost in the sauce when you just party. You'll never focus on the business of it. And the foundation of it is more important than just partying. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, like I still party, you know what I mean? But I don't party like that. Like people would think I'm partying 7 days out the week. No, I am not. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing other things. Like I'm probably on social media, probably not on social media.
Or smoke hookah.
I used to smoke a lot more hookah. I don't smoke as much hookah as I used to. You know what I'm saying? Because even with that, like, you got to realize how much time in your day you're losing by making these hookahs and, you know, keep refilling it. And then the flavor suck. You're running out. Now you got to get a new flavor. Like, I think of things that deep, you know what I'm saying? Just because, like, you know, I didn't think of these things growing up. So now I got to be mindful of these things, like, now. Because,
And I think because you're in Mogul, the Mogul path, I would say. Time is money, so it's like everything is time. Like how long it's gonna take me to do this? How can I do something more efficient? And I feel like that's another misconception when people decide they want to promote parties or get into the party space. It's just that I'm gonna be partying for free and I'm gonna be getting bottles and turning up, and it's like, no, there's actually a business behind it. And I feel like if you're not a person who's like business savvy or not willing to learn, you won't be successful. And that's just in anything, honestly.
Right. And my next problem is the people that be trying to charge fees to host and stuff like that, or all right, so I'm gonna break it down. It's two problems.
I'm about to say,
for one, I hate when they charge fees and shit, and they not really in this life. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't charge nobody if you not really in the party scene and you're not really bringing people out. If you just want to be that cute girl in the spot, like that ain't it. Don't do that shit. That we not doing that. That's number one. Number two is, damn, see, now you done got me fucked up. Because now I'm like, now you about to make me go through the whole thing, Trace. You stupid.
So real. This is the energy. Hold on.
Yeah, because you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just certain things, like, it blows minds. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, did you really just do that? Like,
Number two, buy the DJ a drink. If he play a good song, buy him a drink.
Right.
Don't be coming up there requesting songs either.
Right. You know what I'm saying? These people, man, like I think like people should definitely work together and be mindful of who they working with when they go to these events and venues. And like I said, like just be mindful, because like I said, everybody will put their rates in front of their whole shit, and it's like, bro, like we could be working together. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like that's really what it is. I'm
think
telling
long
you.
term. They think of what they could get right now, and how can this benefit me in the future?
That shit don't make no sense. And like some people, like I've been in phone calls and people keep telling me, yeah, I could do this, or I'm gonna do this, or I'm gonna do that. And you never do it. Like I said, like you say you're gonna do, just do, bro. Like stop telling me what you might do or what you can do. Like if you really can do, just do, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's simple. Like I'm very open, you know what I'm saying, to working with people, but don't tell me you could do something and then you really can't do something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that's me too.
And then people be like, you know, like, well, how do I get into the promoter field, or how do I get better at it? well, stay consistent, stay around. You will learn, but don't come in and then step back because you ain't make money fast enough. You know what I mean? That be the problems. Like people don't, they mind not there. You know what I'm saying? Like
the motive should never be to make money. I feel like.
Right. I feel like that comes later on. Like, you know, you can't just straight out the gate just start making money unless you really got a movement behind you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because once somebody books you about a few times, you might be burned out. Why? Because you never reinvented. You never added another badge. You never had something else hot, you know what I'm saying? Just like how artists, like, they'll be hot for 2 seconds and then they go down, and then they go back up and then they go down. And it's like, I get it, you keep promoting music, but like,
we need some other type of motion.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's merch, if it's a business, you know what I'm saying? Like, what makes people tap in with you? What makes people stay around? Like, there's people that hit me now too, you know, with the brands I'm a part of. Like I said, these people ain't talked to me this whole time I've been throwing parties. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't partnered with none of these people. I ain't never seen you host none of my events or at any of my events, you know, but now everybody's like, you know, hey, can you help me? Or, hey, can you look out for me? Or this, that, third. Like, we support who support us. So just pull up, you know what I'm saying? Come fuck with us. Like, you know, the door's open. I don't really be caring about the money side of it that much. Like I said, like, I'll even do free before 12 with RSVP. You know, I'm giving you flexibility to get there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So if the door is open, I'm willing to work with others. But like I said, like, people, they mind be somewhere else. They just think it's supposed to just happen that fast. And
That's,
you know,
but that's also like just, and I feel like when it comes to networking, that's something people don't think about. They always think what the person could do for them, but you have to come to the table before you even want to reach out to someone. What can I offer them? What is the barter system here?
right.
I know what I can do for you. What can you possibly do for me?
Right. It's true. You know what I'm saying? Like,
buy a belly a bottle. I'm buying a belly a bottle in the club. They charge more than the liquor store, so I'll buy it from the liquor store. I'll figure it.
Or buy it when the Black Bottle Boys is in the room. That's the room you get it in. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, we're gonna talk.
Yeah,
I might be outside this weekend then.
I say no more. Yeah, you should. We got
I'm lying.
Chris McMillan.
I'm going to a conference, Select Con.
Got you. Chris McMillan, he actually tapped in. He was in here. He's actually Michael Jackson in the musical on like Broadway and stuff. He's right there. Yeah.
I know that too.
Yeah. He in here. He gonna be here Saturday. Saturday he's gonna be doing his celebration. You know what I mean?
Y'all make
JiJi coming.
I need to come.
JiJi you should definitely come. We got a couple of special guests that's gonna be in the building.
Trace don't want me to come outside every weekend. I cannot do it every weekend.
All right, so that's what I was gonna tell you too. So like, for me personally, speaking to you, JiJi, like, you should, and not saying every weekend, but if you align yourself with certain people and certain parties, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you never know who you might meet in these parties. You never know who might be your next guest on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I get it for like reaching out to people. Like, think about how me and you met. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm Trace's manager. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it was like we met, like, you know, his birthday and a couple before that, whatever. But now here we are, or like, who's and what's what. It's not always about the prices and what people showing on Instagram. Like, you know, it's really, you know what I'm saying? It's right over left, you know.
Going out, it's just my social battery dies quickly. And then my Monday through Friday is already like hectic. So like I have to like tap out some weekends and be like, I need to sleep and recharge. Because then I'll come to a party, no energy, there to support, and then JiJi turn up and I'll be sitting there like, I am like, what am I gonna eat? JiJi charge.
Yeah. So when you running on E, that means you ain't got time for it, right? Mm-hmm. But just know when you do got time, you should be there. Yeah, you should be there. Like, cause this is the room that supports you. You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing I teach the people that's around me, like, go where you're supported at. And that's something I kind of learned more of that from Trace. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know, where you're loved at, where you get your support, where you get what you're asking for. Like, that's the room you need to be in. That's where you need to be adding that and keep pouring into that cup. You know what I'm saying? Just keep investing into it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the one that's going to grow and be more fruitful for you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh my God. So I know we ran over, but this is actually really good. I think we got some good information for people to tap back into, take notes. To finish off, something I haven't been doing for my guests for a while, describe yourself in 3 words. Why
I was
you
gonna say
laughing?
something funny. I was gonna say something funny, but
Say it. You guys say
nah.
what first comes to your mind. Don't think about it. Just go. 3
It's
words.
too late. I lost it already. 3 words that you said that explain, like
Describe
expresses
yourself
who I.
in 3 words.
3 words that
Describe
what?
yourself. Like if I think of Chase Sims, I'm gonna think of these 3 words. Someone say I gotta hear this.
I want to see what the people think. Like
Ah,
first, I
you
don't
said
want to just.
uh.
Nah, we're not doing that. We can't do that. I
3
want
words,
engage. I want
Trace.
engagement. I
Oh
want
my
to see
gosh,
y'all
Chase
talking.
and Trace is like
Talk to me, yo. Yeah, I want
Bel
to see
Air,
what
Bel Air.
Belly. There you go, Black Bottle Boys. You know what I'm saying? BBB. What else? Come on, keep them coming. We almost there. We
I would
almost there.
say
Come on.
respectful, um, intellectual. I don't know the last one though. Why you laugh? Hookah Bel Air emails.
You guys are clown. All right, so like for me, I probably would say humility. That's top.
Humble.
Yeah, humble is very, very key. Hospitality, definitely. Those are my top 2. The third one, pressure.
Ooh!
It is what it is.
That's
It's
such
like,
a Catholic answer.
yeah,
Pressure.
it's like diamonds, man. You know what I'm saying? Like diamonds is made with pressure, and like when the pressure's on, it's on. Like it's hot, hot, it's hot. Like you know what I'm saying? Like shit. I'm about to write that down. I never even.
That question always throws people in the loop. They be like, "How to describe myself?" I'm like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't even know how to answer that for myself." So I be
Yeah,
like,
nah. I just figured it out. Hospitality, humility.
hospitable,
Yeah,
humble, pressure.
pressure. Definitely the pressure. The pressure is very important. Yeah.
HHP.
Mm-hmm,
Ooh,
mm-hmm.
that's a hashtag. Yeah, send me
Yeah.
my $50 for that. That's a
Uh,
hashtag.
I'll send you $50 once you get my contract ready.
Ah, what you need a contract for?
Shit, life. Nah, I'm just.
You
Yes,
say he ain't even done yet for the 4th quarter.
yo,
Oh
not at
yeah, we
all.
gotta talk about it. Let the people
My,
know what you got coming up.
all right, so boom, right? So boom, okay. We got Culture Saturdays every single Saturday. That's at the Dean. Make sure you guys pull up, pop up. That is growing.
Say money.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool vibes, good vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's giving you back that Saturday night feel. Sundays, of course, we got Taj, the R&B Sunday brunch. Tuesdays, we're at Alpha Lounge, Alpha Astoria Lounge. It's called To Us on a Tuesday. So that's like a cheers to celebrating yourself. Like you know what I'm saying? Like we outside. Like let's hang out.
I have to go
Um,
to that.
House of Gold BK, definitely the event space. Tap in with my event space. Let me know what type of events you want to have. It's 2 floors. It's actually ground level, so I can see the cars moving right now outside. Sims movement, very important. We're staffing, we looking for promoters. We're looking for bottle girls, bartenders, hookah girls. We help find you gigs. We hire you for our gigs, and people book you because of our gigs. That's
Ooh,
just,
y'all better
that's,
tap in. Y'all heard him.
yeah, that's literally
Pressure.
how it is. What else? What else? Course management. I got a good amount, a couple of more people that is coming under my management, and those announcements are coming soon. What else? What
Why you
else? Because it's so much. It's so much. All right, so like going fast forward, get ready for my official welcome to Black Bottle Boys and the Sovereign Brands, party, my welcome party. Also,
I better get an invite.
yeah, you definitely gonna get an invite. There's gonna be a couple of tastings coming out. A couple of brunches about to roll out. Some new brunches. I'm not gonna say the spots yet. You'll see it on my Instagram. Make sure y'all tap in. Those are gonna be very important because now I'm stepping into my balance, which is like, how JiJi said with those dinners, with those industry events, with those party, which is, you know, just a little bit of everything, but you can tell the difference between everything. And then after all of that, Halloween. We got a lot of Halloween parties. So tap in with me. I am looking for hosts. I'm looking for birthdays. You know, I need staff anyways because, like, I'm always staffing. And then after that, my birthday. My birthday is the next big thing after that. December 29th. Usually I do the Big Bang, Legends of December. It's usually the last Thursday of the year because when I first started throwing parties in the club at 21 and up, it started on a Thursday. So I always throw that big ass party that everybody talks about that is so legendary on a Thursday, the last Thursday of the month.
Okay, I made a mental note where I'm gonna be at the rest of the
yeah. They still talk about my birthday till this day. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's bad. Yeah.
I just want to make it home safe. That's all I ask.
No, you're gonna make
if
it home
it's too
safe.
lit, let me know when I gotta go.
Yeah, you're gonna be too lit. You're gonna be too lit. I brought a big bottle of 1942 out, and I was just pouring it in everybody's mouth and shit. I was drowning people. Like, I was going crazy. Like, I like to have a good time. Like I said, like, it's not even for me. It's for us. You know what I'm saying?
I like to have a blast. Like,
right. Now, if I'm drained out, you're not gonna, you know. But if I'm good, like, yeah, no, we partying.
All right, y'all. Make sure y'all tap in with him. Follow him on Instagram, chase.simms, chase.sims. And thank you for coming on. I appreciate you taking the time for me, Mr. Mogul.
Hey, man, let's keep working, man. You know the vibes, you know?
Y'all might see me on the flyer, y'all.
Please. You know what I'm saying? They need to come meet you in person. Like, hello.
Yeah, y'all meet me on a good day when I got the energy. I hear people come to me and I'm like, girl, I'm like halfway drunk right now. Like,
yeah, I feel it. Oh, DJ Rod, see you. She in the building. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Trace. Shout out everybody that tapped in. You know,
yeah, shout out to DJ Trace, y'all. That's the best DJ in New York. I pinned it. I don't care what nobody say.
Shout out to everybody that tapped in. I really appreciate y'all. Even if y'all coming in now, you know, stay in tune with my Instagram. Check out with JiJi. You know, she got a lot of stuff going on as well. And I look forward to connecting with you guys. And I am coming out with a podcast. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just a lot more about to come. Like, it's roundtables and stuff. Like, it's certain things. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah.
I love this for you.
I gotta. Oh, and if y'all do hair, hit me up. That's another thing. But go ahead, continue.
All right, I'm into this. Thank you.
Yeah. Have a good one.
You too.